You've seen them, right? The ads, the videos, the gurus promising you an absolute fortune with AI-powered dropshipping. But is it the real deal? Or is it just a bunch of hype? Well, we're about to find out, because today we're breaking down a pretty fascinating experiment that put it all to the test, with just a $1 budget. I mean, the claims you see online are just massive. We're talking life-changing amounts of money, supposedly all generated with just a few clicks from a laptop. It paints this incredibly tempting picture of easy success. And that, of course, is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Can any average person with basically zero experience really just jump in and strike gold? Or is there some huge catch that the gurus conveniently forget to mention? Well, somebody decided to find out for real. So, to get a real no-fluff answer, an experiment was set up. The goal was simple: build a dropshipping store using AI and see if it could actually turn a profit. But to make it a legitimate test, they had some very, very strict rules.
Now, these rules are what make this so interesting. A budget of less than $1, that's wild, everything down on one laptop, and the entire store from scratch had to be up and running in under an hour. These rules were designed to push the AI tools to their absolute limit and see if the hype could actually hold up.
So, with the clock ticking, the first big hurdle began. Could AI actually build a functional, professional-looking e-commerce store from absolutely nothing inside that 1-hour time limit? And this right here is basically the whole playbook. It was incredibly streamlined. An AI tool literally called Build Your Store did the heavy lifting. That was then linked to a free Shopify trial. Another tool, AutoDS, went out and automatically found products to sell. And then, with one final click, boom, the store was live.
So what about that crazy under $1 budget? Well, the total cost to set everything up came to exactly 99 cents. That was for a 30-day trial of AutoDS, the tool that finds the products. So, challenge rules met with a whole cent to spare.
And get this, the AI didn't just build the store, it stocked the shelves. After the sports and fitness niche was chosen, these are the so-called winning products the AI automatically picked out and listed, complete with photos and descriptions. Pretty amazing for a system that was just an idea an hour ago. Okay, so you have a store, but a store with no customers is, well, it's just a website, right? That's the real challenge. With the Shop Live, the focus had to shift to marketing, and the strategy here was very specific and very smart. Instead of chasing some huge celebrity with millions of followers, the plan was to use micro-influencers. And the data here is what's key. Research from Social Bakers shows that these smaller accounts can get up to 60% higher engagement and a 20% higher conversion rate. For a tiny test on a shoestring budget, that kind of targeted impact is pure gold. So the influencers they chose for this campaign were a duo called the Grace Brothers. Now, with 145,000 followers, they're a little bigger than a typical micro account, but their audience was a perfect fit for the quirky fitness products being sold. And the cost to get in front of their audience? A flat $50. That $50 paid for a 24-hour promotion of one specific product, that breathing trainer, on their Instagram story, with a direct swipe-up link to the store. All right, this is it. The store is built. The marketing is live. This is the moment of truth. After those 24 hours were up, did this whole AI-driven, micro-influencer-powered experiment actually make any money?
And the answer is yes. Over that 24-hour campaign, the store made a total of 10 sales. And just to be clear, these were 10 real paying customers who saw the ad and pulled out their credit cards.
Those 10 sales generated a total top-line revenue of $170.85. So right off the bat, we know the model worked. It actually converted people from viewers into buyers. But of course, revenue isn't the whole story. Now let's look at the costs. The actual product and shipping for those 10 units added up to $39.50. You add in that $50 influencer fee and a single dollar for a Shopify fee, and the total expenses landed at $90.50. So you take the revenue, you subtract those total costs, and the final net profit for this little 24-hour experiment was $80.35. $80. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's not exactly the get-rich-quick number we saw at the beginning. So does that mean this was a success or a failure? Honestly, it really depends on how you look at it. The person who actually ran the experiment summed it up perfectly. This profit was made with an incredibly small investment of both time and money. Remember, the The whole store was built in less than an hour, and the marketing was just a single one-time payment.
And this, right here, this is the real takeaway. The win wasn't the $80. It was proving that the process works. It created a profitable formula. Think about it. If one little product with one influencer can turn a profit, imagine testing 10 products with 10 different influencers at the same time. That's how you build a path to significant income. So it all leaves us with this really fascinating final question. If AI can now handle all the technical heavy lifting, literally building and stocking a store in minutes, has the real skill of e-commerce changed? Maybe the new challenge isn't about building a store anymore. Maybe it's about building a brand that people actually know, like, and trust. Definitely something to think about.